Namaste, welcome. So if you are at this stage where you're trying to crack through or break through the elements of backbends, especially the deep ones, a best way for you to approach the journey is not actually jump straight to the backbends, but work to stabilize your hips more for them to be able to support the low back and the rest of your foundation in preparation for your backbends later on. When I was starting my backbend practice, it really took me a while, really long time, because I wasn't really inherently flexible. But I was lucky because I developed my inner dynamic first, or the core, the Adabandha, particularly through progressive practice, of course. So if you keep your progressive practice, definitely over a period of time, you will develop your bandhas too. Now, when you're ready now to explore backbends, you don't want to go straight to the backbend element. Rather, work on stabilizing your hip first. Yeah, because when the hips are not stable, because the hips are the foundation of the spine, if the hips are not stable and they are not aware, and then you attempt to curl back, there's a big risk that you might injure yourself. Right. A good drill for you to practice is actually kneeling positions, where one leg is in front and then the knees are bent towards the 90-degree angle, so shoulder. Right. Without you pushing the hips forward and down. No, you want to keep now. So it's like you're doing an Ekapada Kapotasana, but you're not doing that actually. You are just trying to develop the stability of your hips, yeah? And then we're not even curling back, we just learn how to suspend high, while using the foundation of the leg, of course the knee, and then accessing this part of the hips, yeah, and then the breath, of course, to lift the weight of the body up to the vertical. All right, again, we're not pushing the pelvis forward, rather we want to keep drawing that length from this space and up. All right, so that's the reason why when one knee is in front, somehow this leg creates a stop, yeah, and then the bottom knee would have to slide gently forward to create the break as well, or stop, so you can draw it all the way up. Like you're rooting your foundation down first for you to be able to lift up towards the vertical and not curl back yet. All right. Now, when that skill becomes light already, when you feel now that you can access the deep space inside the hip, all right, of course you're working on the other side as well. Now, you're ready to explore a deeper level, which is, yeah, we'll attempt to reach back, but don't drop it. Rather, progressively work on the length, work on the space. All right, so you don't want to be missing a stage here, because the moment you attempt and then force yourself to do that, and then you hurt yourself, it's really difficult to come back, because when you hurt yourself, it will take a while before your body heals, and then even after you heal, the mind will be less confident, yeah, exploring the element again, because your mind remembers the trauma. So you really work progressively, don't rush. All right, you're using now, if you don't have any books at home, when I was learning, I would have only like a stack of books, yeah, so it's really up to you, whatever you can find at home. So, but instead of placing the block behind, place it shorter, yeah, so you can keep the length up, yeah. Of course the hips will, or the hip will slightly go forward, but you don't push it down, yeah. Breathe in, up in the vertical, up. You might want to slide the hips back a bit and then draw that length from this space and lift up to the vertical, yeah. Use the foundation of the knee. All right, exhale, arms, they hang back and up. Inhale, clip. All right, at the top of the inhalation, let the space open. All right, and fingertips to the block. All right, and then be confident with this. Practice this until you're able to access more space here. All right, so you're now creating the space, yeah, and the foundation, while at the same time training your hips, so they remain stable to hold the stability of the low back, and of course to support the rest of your foundations, especially if you're not too flexible in the fronts of the body, if your knees are not flexible. Now, when you do positions like this, somehow the fronts of the body remain neutrally open. Yeah? Rather, you're now accessing the core to create that much needed space. So when you curl back later on, the space is already open. Because if you push the pelvis forward, and then this part of the lower back and the hips are not very efficient creating that space, using the core support, using the breath, using the foundation, and you push the pelvis forward, the lower back will suffer. Worst, yeah, especially if you do it in your kneeling position, yeah, you do this, oh, that's the worst technique that you might ever attempt. Because when you do that, the knees will suffer and the lower back will contract. So, a good way is for you to work on positions where you're working asymmetrical. One hip at a time, one part of your body at a time. All right. Now, for example, this technique is already light. Yeah? Yeah. For example, this one is already light for you. Yeah. Now, keep the same principle or keep the same drill. Now try to extend this leg forward already. Right? It will become more difficult because when one leg is straight up in front, yeah, stretch in front, the hips will have less mobility. Yeah? Now you're training your hips to actually become stronger and more aware to keep them supporting this part like they, when the hips are stable, you can actually use that as your platform to lift upwards. Right? Instead of pushing them forward, you're going to create this solid platform of the hips to draw the breath from here and then lengthen the space up. Yeah? And then from there, like before, pull back, inhale, click, open the spot up, all right? Without you muscling them down, let the arms hang, keep the space pulling up, keep drawing from the foundation of the thigh, and then from there, fingertips again. All right, see? All right? There's a big difference between this and this. Okay? See the space? Open. And the lower back, open as well. Alright, now when you become efficient with that already, and now you're now ready to let go of the block. Alright, now when you're letting go of the block, yeah, start again back to your stage one with the front knee bend. Alright, breathing in. Alright, exhale. If you feel that there's some more space left inside and you want to access that, release the technique, slide the hips back, and then draw it from the space, forward and up, hang to the vertical, inhale, clip, exhale, don't dump the shoulders, keep the arms rolling back, inhale, clip, another inhale to open, at the top of it, yeah? Don't push the pelvis forward, keep drawing from the thigh up, yeah? Keep the upper back hanging up and back, and then one hand at a time, good. Don't lose it, push through the fingertips to create the space, alright? Your hand may be here, if you're just beginning. Now when this becomes light, progress with the other hand as well, right? Keep drawing from this foundation, up, 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 yep, and then the space opens, let the upper back hang, and then there, alright? And then you will feel now that you're actually working the strength of your thighs and the inner core. You have to be able to draw that length upwards. Alright, now if that becomes light already, you're now ready to extend the leg. Yeah? So it's like you achieve something and then you back off. Yeah? One step forward, 4 steps back. That's yoga. Yeah? So you don't want to be jumping straight to the deep elements. Yeah? Always work progressively. It's a safer journey, but very meaningful in the process. Right? Breathing in. You may slide this back a bit. Forward, rise up. Exhale. Pull the arms back a bit. So you don't compact the shoulders. Or you don't compact the spine and then you don't lose the strength, the length. Breathing in. Click. Open up. But at the top of your next inhalation, keep the knee aware. Draw up. Draw up. Draw up. Draw up. Draw up. Let the arms hang. And you're reaching for your heel behind you. Alright, keep drawing from this. Up. And then the upper back will just spin up and back. Okay? With your hips very stable, of course, the foundation of the thighs and the knee as well. You will be able to open the spot of your spine where the back bend should be coming from actually. It's not coming from the low back, it's not coming from the hips. Yeah, the hips will have to remain stable to keep them supporting the rest of the foundation, the low back. So when you suspend the weight of your upper back towards the backs of the body, the spot of your spine, and the hips, even if you're lacking the flexibility of the fronts, you will be able to curl back, I would say, deeper. Yeah? And it's very strengthening if you do that. Yeah? So, on top of your self-practice, try that drill. Yeah? It worked for me. I hope it works for you as well. See you next time. Namaste.